The other question we always ask people is about advice, whether you have received advice from somebody along the way or whether you've learned some lessons that you'd like to pass on.
Should I start again?
Yeah, go for it, Alex.
That's a tough question because we have gotten a lot of good advice, a lot of bad advice.
Yeah, beware of bad advice. That's the best advice I can give you.
Yeah. You know, I think one thing that's been cool for us to see is obviously like when you become like a known band, and obviously to me it's like if you can find our email like and send us music, I'll always listen to it and give some level of feedback. But I've like developed, you know, like low-key relationships with maybe like 15 to 20 producers that like, you know, probably in the beginning honestly were not good at all, but it's been like really cool to hear their sound develop and then of course see their like opportunities begin to change and get into the music space. And I guess it just, what I'm trying to say is that it's just, you know, everyone's path in music is very different. You know, some are destined to become session producers, some are destined to become composers for, you know, TV and film, or do, you know, sounds for commercials or whatever. I don't think there's like a right or wrong path, and it leads everyone to different places, but I think you just have to literally relentlessly work on it and never give up. And you know, always, it's okay to even be derivative in the beginning, because I think you can learn a lot by trying to like emulate people you admire, but inevitably you kind of have to break out from that and take risks and just keep going down that path. And I think like you'll never know when you'll have that aha moment. But, you know, there's not like a hack. I always like tell people, you know what I mean? Like if your music sucks, like we always talk about all these things we did from a marketing perspective that definitely helped us grow. And, you know, we're clever about building a community around our music, but like if the music sucked, none of it would have mattered. So you just gotta actually have good music. And if you're not like a really well known, people aren't really listening to your stuff, it's like, it's probably not that good yet though. You know what I mean? And that's my point, is that you shouldn't give up on it ever. And it's just like, that's, you know, but again, like I think people always are like, how do I, you know, get to there? And you're like, it's just, you know, for every good song you hear of us, there's plenty of not as good ones. So yeah.
Your answer to them too, like, do you really want to do this?
Yeah. Because it is like,
because a lot of it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you get there, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah. And you'll make things too that you think are fucking the best songs on the planet that other people just don't share the same opinion of. And you have to just be like, whatever, it is, like, believe that you're still it is the best. And eventually people will start to recognize it. And I think that's what I was saying earlier about like small progress being important, is because it's like, if you put out a song and only 3 people listen to it, but the next time 6 people listen to it, like that's good progress. You know, you just grew your fan base by, 100%. So just kind of keep looking at it from that angle, and you'll end up with like a really dedicated group of listeners that are super, are down to buy your merch, down to buy tickets to your shows, down to subscribe to your this. And I think that's something I wish we put more importance on, when we had our crazy moment, in 2016 or 17, whenever it was, because, those are the people that will support you to the, bitter end.
Drew, you're going to just stick to avoid the bad advice? Don't need the bad advice.
I mean, there's one thing that, as we've been asked that question in the past, there was an answer that Alex used to give all the time about some guy who said to you you were going through some breakup thing.
Be cool, yeah.
And he just told you to be cool. And it's such a simple thing, but it can be like such a North Star when, especially like if you're doing something and you're trying to navigate, you have all these opportunities and you're trying to figure out like how to be, what to choose and whatever. But if you can just remember to just be cool and let that be your, like, is this cool? Is this good? Is this kind? Like asking yourself that really simple question is like very helpful. And there's a lot of times where we didn't ask ourselves that question. We did a bunch of shit that was whack. And I wish at that moment we had just had the confidence to be like, wait, no, this isn't cool. We're not going to do it.